Airplane crash. Plane on fire. Little man can't get out.
What would you do if your child told you they've lived before? That they remember a whole different family, a different home, and even the specific terrifying way they died? For most of us, it sounds like pure fantasy. But for a surprising number of people, these aren't just make-believe stories. They are vivid, detailed, and sometimes verifiable accounts of what they claim are past lives. And the stories are insane. We're going to be looking at cases documented by researchers, including those at the University of Virginia's Division of Perceptual Studies, who have investigated thousands of these claims. They've noticed a strange pattern. The memories often pop up between the ages of 2 and 5, only to fade away by the time the child turns 7. What happens in that little window is hard to explain, and for the families involved, it's even harder to ignore. Let's start with the unbelievable story of James Leininger. James Leininger was a happy little kid from Louisiana, but just after his 2nd birthday, he started having these terrifying nightmares, sometimes 4 or 5 times a week. He would scream in his sleep, "Airplane crash, plane on fire, little man can't get out." His parents, Bruce and Andrea, were completely freaked out. Then, when he was awake, James started dropping details that no toddler should know. He said his plane was a Corsair, a fighter plane from World War II. He said he flew off a boat, and when his dad asked for the boat's name, James just said, Natoma. Now Bruce was a devout Christian, and this whole idea of reincarnation made him deeply uncomfortable. He started digging into the details, honestly hoping to prove his son was just making it up. But to his absolute shock, he discovered the USS Natoma Bay was a real aircraft carrier in the Pacific during World War II. James also mentioned having a friend on the ship named Jack Larson. Bruce checked the historical records, and sure enough, a pilot named Jack Larson had served on the USS Natoma Bay. The most chilling detail was when James told his father his plane was shot down by the Japanese at Iwo Jima. The family eventually found records of a pilot named James M. Houston Jr., who was killed there in March 1945. His plane was hit right in the engine and crashed into the ocean, exactly as little James had described. His parents had documented all these claims before they ever knew a James Houston existed. When they finally found Houston's living sister, Anne, she was able to confirm several other small personal details that James had mentioned. It's not just stories of war and tragedy either. Some children remember lives that were far from the battlefield, but are no less specific. Over in Oklahoma, a young boy named Ryan Hammond started telling his mom, "I think I used to be someone else," when he was about 5. He talked about these incredibly detailed memories of living it up in Hollywood back in the 40s and 50s. He'd wake up from dreams shouting, "Action!" and would beg his mom to take him home to his other family. Ryan claimed he'd worked in Hollywood, danced on Broadway, and even knew stars like Rita Hayworth. He talked about a big house with a pool, multiple wives, and a life of luxury. But he also had this oddly specific memory of his own death, claiming his heart exploded before he went towards the light. His mom, Cindy, thought it was just a wild imagination at first, but she checked out some books on old Hollywood from the library to play along. While flipping through one, Ryan suddenly pointed to a man in a black and white photo and said, "That's me, that's who I was." The man was Marty Martin, a movie extra who later became a powerful Hollywood agent. Martin had been married 4 times and in 1964 died from a cerebral hemorrhage, which a child might describe as his heart exploding. Nearly every verifiable detail Ryan had mentioned about Martin's life, from how many kids he had to the street he lived on, was eventually confirmed. The case was studied by Dr. Jim Tucker, a child psychiatrist at the University of Virginia, who considered it one of the most compelling anecdotal cases he had ever encountered. From a World War II pilot shot down over the ocean to a powerful Hollywood agent, these children recalled names, places, and events with stunning accuracy, things they seemingly had no way of knowing. While these stories are not accepted as empirical evidence by the broader scientific community, they are fascinating. Researchers who study these cases note that in a high number of them, somewhere around 70%, the previous person is said to have died an unnatural or traumatic death. These accounts challenge our most basic ideas about who we are. Are we just biological machines here for a little while and then gone for good? Or is consciousness something more? Something that might persist, learn, and maybe, just maybe, return to live again. The stories don't give us easy answers, but they do make you wonder. If these stories made you question things, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell for more journeys into the unexplained. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you believe in past lives, or is there another explanation for all of this?